Hey, today we're going to try out our different headlight restoration hacks and myths. I'm also going to do something that everyone else doesn't do and show you the results several days after we've done it. So we'll see if it's any kind of a long-term solution or if it's just an instant gratification kind of a deal. So we're going to start out first with WD-40, seeing how that's something that everyone seems to think works, and toothpaste. Next up, I saw somebody do this Mother's Mag and aluminum polish on a headlight. So I'm really curious if this will do anything. I don't think it will, but we'll find out together. And then I saw a short of somebody using bug spray and it completely cleaning it. Again, I don't really believe that. We'll find out together. And finally, after all of these fail, or surprise the heck out of us and do something, I bought a cheapo $10 headlight restoration kit from Walmart. This one's turtle wax, which I've never seen anyone do a review on that one. So we'll find out if this is any good. This headlight is a little worse than our other side here. So in those other videos that I saw, we saw the Mother's Mag polish stuff and the bug spray. I don't know if they were using editing witchcraft or not, but they did a great job of cleaning it up. So we're going to try that on this headlight, which again is worse than our other one. So I'm just going to try to split this approximately in the middle. We've got our lines taped off here, separated it out, and I marked it bug spray, or that looks like I misspelled bug and put bus, and then over here polish. So we're going to try and see what happens here. I'm going to squirt just a little bit of this straight onto the headlight and then a little bit in the rag. I also did not give either of these a clean. So it's still got all your road grime and bug guts and all that stuff on there. Let's fold that over and put another little squirt. Okay, it does not appear to be the miracle cure that it showed in that other video, but it has cleaned it up. It took away some of the yellowing, and scrubbing it, we've removed a bunch of the bug guts. This is that Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. I'm just going to take a little dab of it, start working it in here. Might have went just a little heavy on that. The can here says to use sparingly, and we might have went a hair heavy. I'll buff this in, and then I'll let it sit for about 30 seconds. Flip our rag over, and we'll try to polish it off of there. That's definitely getting a little bit of dirt off. I mean, that could just be, again, the road grime. All right, we've let this sit for a few seconds. I'm going to go ahead and try to buff it off. Again, we got some yellowing out of it and all the bug guts off, so it looks a little bit better. Let's hit this with a second little polish over, just like we did with the bug spray, and see if that does anything different. All right, this time I'm going to use the same applicator side here and just kind of work it in and see if this does anything different. Yeah, we're getting some on there. Switch this over, clean it off. Again, not a miracle cure. It does look better for sure. Our bug spray appears to be hazing over again already. But I think just the oils in that bug spray were what helped make that one look so much better to start with. We'll leave these sit while we go ahead and work on our WD-40 and the toothpaste side there. All right, we've got our other side taped up here. We got it marked out. We're going to do WD-40 on this half and the toothpaste on this half. That certainly gives you the immediate appearance of it doing a lot. But again, after this dries a little bit, I think we're going to be looking just like our other side here. But for the moment, that appears to be our best results. For our toothpaste here, I didn't have any specific reason for using this one other than it was the cheapest one in the store. We're going to smear this up good. Start rubbing it in. Okay, I think I went a little heavy with our toothpaste here. I'm just going to massage this in. It spreads a lot nicer than that polish. Not even removing our bug guts. All right, let's give that about 30 seconds to do its thing, and then we'll wipe it off. All right, I believe that's been pretty close to 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and start wiping it off here. Well, that is some impressive results to start with. For the toothpaste here, I'm going to try to just use some regular spray, regular water, and rinse this off. All right, let's let that dry up here for a little bit and we'll see how they look. It's been right around a full 10 minutes. So our WD-40 here has kind of dried up and you can see this is all hazy again. Our toothpaste right now is the only thing that looks like it's actually done something. Our sides over here are all foggy. Now I'm going to have to drive this car here in a few minutes. I got to remove our middle strip here because I live in a state that would probably put me in prison for having something on my headlight. Here's a close up. So toothpaste, nothing, WD-40. So the 40 did do, it cleaned it. I think that's all it's done. I wouldn't really say there's any haze gone. And then over here, remember this headlight was worse to start with. So we had bug spray, which again seems to have cleaned it, not really removed any hazing. This is our strip of original, and then that polish, I would say, didn't do anything. It barely even cleaned it. It's been 2 full days since we did this. And again, this is our toothpaste side. You can see a little residue there that we didn't get wiped up very good. Our WD-40 side has hazed all the way over again. Still a little tiny bit better, maybe, than our strip there of original, but not very impressive. And then over here, you know, our bug spray and the polish, you know, they really didn't do anything. There you can see both at the same time. The toothpaste was quite impressive. We're going to go ahead and try that little turtle wax thing on this headlight, and we'll see how it does. To try to give our turtle wax kit the best chance possible, I'm just going to use some water again and try to wipe this off. It did rain the other day, but not very hard. Our little kit there comes with a sanding square with a number 1 and a number 2 side. This little bottle of headlight lens repair, which it claims you can use that without the sanding pad, but this is pretty bad. So we're gonna go with sanding, and it comes with a ceramic acrylic wipe. We'll put that on later. Tells us to go ahead and wet this down and our pad and start scrubbing for about 30 seconds over the yellowed areas, which for this is our whole headlight. All right, we've sanded with the abrasive side. Rinse this off. Then we'll flip it over to the number 2 side and try to clean it up here. You see me squirting this, I'm cleaning out the little sandpaper in it by squirting that, just to give us the best chances here. So I showed sanding this, and then we used this renew and repair headlight lens stuff that comes in that kit with very unsatisfactory results. So off camera there, I went back over and took my time and resanded it. This time I focused primarily on from edge of where the light is at in, instead of trying to get the entire thing. And so far, that seems to have worked a lot better. This was definitely smoother looking, and I've got even grains going across where the sanding was done. So at the moment, we've got much better results. The kit says like 30 seconds of sanding. This was probably more like 3 minutes of it. All right, we've shaken that up a little bit. Okay, we're going to give this a round 2. Those are still kind of unsatisfactory results. This time I'm going to put this straight onto the headlight and try to rub it in a little bit better. See if that helps. It says to put it on the cloth, but that takes a lot of extra to get it to spread. So let's see what this does. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. I believe we're going to let this sit for a little bit before we use our final wipe. And we'll use that over there on our toothpaste light as well, which in my opinion looks to have slightly better results. The moment's finally arrived for us to use this. It says to open it and do even strokes across it and a back and forth motion for both headlights. So we're going to do this real quick here. According to the instructions, that's it. We'll let this sit up here for a few minutes. It says it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to dry. So it's been about 20 minutes since we applied that ceramic coating stuff. And I just looked through the camera there. What you're seeing is pretty accurate to the real life results. This one, I mean, definitely cleaned up a lot, but it is not, not looking new. Our toothpaste headlight, which is this one, I recoated it a couple of times with the toothpaste there off camera, including our WD-40 section, and its results are almost new. So here we are. This has been about 3 weeks now since we've polished these headlights. You can see we're back in the same garage. Like I said, this is about 3 weeks since we did those. The only thing I did was wipe them down again before this with just a paper towel and a little bit of water because there was a couple of great big old bug guts here. Again, our toothpaste is still holding up fantastic. I think it actually looks significantly better than that one, although that one was worse to start with. Remember, this was the brand that we used, just this AIM toothpaste. So for 98 cents, I'd say it's certainly worth a try for you to do it yourself. There was also a improvement in the brightness of these. Don't give yourself misconceptions here. It's not like the spotlights on a Boeing 747 or something like that. But there is a small but noticeable brightness improvement. At least for me, there was. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and will maybe consider hitting that like or subscribe button. We'll see you next time. I was so impressed with our toothpaste application on the car that in the meantime, from waiting to see what that looks like after a full 2 days, I've borrowed another car that I'm going to paste. All right, we'll let that sit in for a few minutes while I hurry up and do this headlight. That should have been a little over 30 seconds for this one because we've already got our other one slathered up. Let's flip our rag around here and we'll take off the initial amount of dirt. Now he's got some minty freshness flowing down his engine there, but I mean, look at that. That is a crazy clarity for what, 2.5 minutes of wiping on, leaving sit, and wiping off. Now this is a totally different vehicle that we've just tried this on too. So I don't know what other people were doing when they tried their toothpaste correction, but that's a fairly impressive result. And how the whole vehicle looks better. All right, that's been about 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, something like that. So I believe this is our pretty permanent results.